Hi, I'm Alan Conway, and here's an idea you can use from ACG. With the economy starting to recover, a lot of firms are starting to look at their IT infrastructure and starting to invest in new technology. And when you're going to replace those PCs, there's a couple things you have to keep in mind. Number one, where are you going to buy it? You can go on the web, you can go to HP, Dell, and all the other sites that are selling PCs. And then you have to determine what model you want. Do you want the one that's under 500? Do you want the one over 2,000? What's the difference? So the other option is we can go to our big box reseller, and when we're picking up chicken wings for the game, swing down the computer aisle and pick up a PC. Other option is to go to your IT provider and see what they suggest. Once you've got your PC, there's a couple things you have to do in order to install an organization. As you may or may not know, Windows 7 is the only operating system that comes with Windows PCs now, and there's no direct migration of all your programs. So you have to move your data files, and there is a utility for that. But then after that, you're going to have to reinstall all your program files. So make sure you've got all the disks or where you downloaded them from, and also all the unlock keys. The next thing you're going to do is confirm that all of your programs will run under Windows 7. There's some legacy systems that have issues with 7. I know we represent one. So after you've done all that, now you can go and install your new PC, and hopefully you don't have any issues. As you can tell just from this brief description, there's quite a few steps, and there's quite a few different places where you can either not move the data or find out that something is incompatible or not have the have the original program disk for programs that you use, and you might all of a sudden not have access to data that's important to you. Well, with all these things in mind, there's got to be a better way. And in our estimation, we think there's an option. And that option is to buy an Apple. And you say, well, why an Apple? I mean, I don't do art. I don't do music. What do I want an Apple for? And I said, well, very, very briefly, there is a utility in a program that allows you to run Windows applications and operating systems on the Apple platform, and it's called Parallels. So let's look at a scenario of replacing your old XP with an Apple product. First thing you do is you look at your models. Basically, there's two models to look at. You can look at their notebooks, which is either the MacBook at $999 or the MacBook Pro, which starts at $1099. If you're looking at their desktops, you have the iMac. And the iMac with a 21-inch screen starts at $1199 as well. So for $11.99, and then I mentioned earlier Parallels, and Parallels is $100. You have those two pieces, and now we're ready to introduce an Apple into your workspace. First step you do is install the software, the Parallel software on your Apple, and connect the provided cable between the Apple and your XP machine. At that point, there's a utility that will move the entire XP image over to your Apple. Everything, programs, data files, etc. When it's completed, you might have to re-register your XP license, but beside that, you should be good to go. And at that point, you can run all of your XP applications right on your Apple. And on top of that, you can run it either full screen and just forget it even is an Apple, or you can have the Windows programs intertwined with your Apple programs. So, total investment, if you can do the Parallels thing yourself, $1,300. And you haven't lost anything. You still know how to use your XP. You're not trying to reconfigure all the new stuff that Windows has. And on top of that, you've got all the cool stuff in the new world of Apple to discover. Well, here's an option that you might want to consider. Hope you enjoyed the tip. For more information on ACG, and also a white paper on moving from Windows to an Apple, Visit our website at www.acgcbs, as in computerbusinesssystems.com. This is Alan Conway, and thank you for listening to our tip.